All right, welcome to my FX Buddies, the podcast. And I say podcast because there's a blog, there's a Spotify.com. Excuse me. Sorry about that. And I don't know how to edit, so you just got to hear that. Um, what else? There's the blog you can find at myfxbuddies.blogspot.com. The Spotify.com, you could see the video if you're a paying customer, I guess. That is also my FX Buddies, but that would be at Spotify.com. RSS.com does a transcript, a very good transcript. So if you can't understand what I'm saying, you can pull that up and read along with me. And then on the YouTube, and let me just say YouTube, fair use disclaimer. Anything that I display, cover is under the fair use disclaimer because I'm just commenting, critiquing, sharing, teaching. All right. And I think that's everything. But anyway, so wherever you're listening, if you want to go to the blog to see the full article, then there's a link in the description or more or whatever box they call it. All right. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. Oh, and if there's a subscribe or join or follow or whatever button, wherever you are, click that and then you'll be notified when I update because clearly I don't update on a regular basis. So, it's been a long time. I live in the area of the country where all that rain was falling and the internet was up, down, intermittent, weak, all kinds of things. So I just couldn't do a record. I couldn't record. Then one time I did get a recording done, but I couldn't get it uploaded. Very frustrating. So today's been good. It's nice and clear. I think the rain is gone and the skies are blue. All right. So yeah, so I'll do what I can. But so much has happened, but yet we're still here, right? So I don't really have a whole lot of articles because it's all past, right? But I just have some neat things to share. So we'll just get right into it. Well, let me just say, okay, no, and this is not in order. So I did call this Al-Alaq. Today is February 10th. It is Saturday. Okay. He I probably last week, not this week that just passed, but the week before, they had all this news about, oh, there's a new mechanism for travelers to buy dollars. So that's why the title of this is All Importers and Traders Can Obtain the Dollar at the Official Rate. So they are making efforts to stop the smuggling. At the same time have a balance. It seems like they're trying to have a balance of places where people can go to get dollars if they need dollars, because the less stress there is on people having to get dollars, I think, right, that keeps the dollar exchange rate stable. And it has been stable for about a week and a half. It's been around 15.20. It did at one time get as low as 1501. That's 1501 dinars per dollar. But it just hasn't broken that 1500 again like it did, I think a month ago, maybe 2 months ago. But anyway, so yeah, so it was the article and it just was, breaking news at the time, but still here we are still waiting. All right, now this is an image. So some of you know I watch Iraqi TV, even though I do not speak Arabic, but I like to see the images, and I can tell they have like little, like it'll be a news show, but there'll be 10 minutes on the economy, right? And then I'm like, oh, but so there's certain images that I look at and I go, okay. Then I wait for the articles to come out with those same images, and the articles I can translate to English, and then I know what they were talking about. Okay. And like, see, there's a 4 in here. And I will admit, some of these words I know, I recognize, like this. Okay, this isn't funny, but to me, this looks like the word jail, right? There's a J, there's a I, and an L, right? So when I see that word, uh, I know, okay, I recognize that word. There's a 4 in here, right? So that's how, because it's been so long that I've been doing this. Anyway, just get to the stuff in the picture, right? Okay. Now, these are banknotes, but these are the banknotes that they currently use. This is the familiar, should be familiar to you, 25K note. This is the 1,000 note. This is the 10K note. I'm not sure what that is back there, but I know these are the notes. Oh my gosh, my phone's going to be making noise. Just try to ignore it. Now I do know these are the silver and gold that they sell to the or whoever wants to buy them. But I don't understand why they would have the current notes on display, and see how it says specimen. That's what that red word right there is, specimen. Why would they display them like you could buy them, like a commemorative note or something, when that's the current note? Or I don't know. Maybe they know, hey, these are going to go out of print eventually. Get some and save them for collector's items. I don't know. But I've never seen that before. I never was. No. This ended up, the words here talking about the CBI sold $4 billion worth of dollars in a specified time. I can't remember. So whatever they were saying, I won't know, right? But like I said, I've never seen that before, and I've been watching their news for a long time. So that's why I chose that image. And just imagine if they're doing this with these notes, when they finally do get the lower notes, they'll probably do the same thing, put them on display, and this is at the CBI. I should have said that. This is at the CBI. All right. So, okay, let's put it back to normal size. All right. This I think was pretty special. The best in the region, international praise for the infrastructure of electronic payment systems in Iraq. So this guy is from the World Bank. This was on Wednesday. The World Bank confirmed on Wednesday that the infrastructure for electronic payment systems in Iraq is the best in the region. You've got to be kidding me, right? Better than Saudi Arabia, better than Kuwait, apparently, right? But we know that Iraq is a test nation, right? Trying to get them. Oh, you know what? Okay, sorry, I just had a thought, but I'll address that later. Okay. All right, yeah, so here again, and you could come here and you could read this article if you want. It's all good, but like I said, we're still here waiting. The World Bank says that electronic payment systems in Iraq are among the best in the region. So yeah, so here's just another, I think, no, this was an article, and this was just a different article. More pictures. See how they do that? So here's one picture, and it seems like it's just them meeting, right? But then they do another picture from a different place in the room, and you see, oh no, there's about 6 people in the room at the meeting. Okay, Bank of Jordan. Iraq includes a strategic market that has the elements of successful investment. And so if you read this, when I read the title, I was like, wait a minute, it has the elements. He should just say is, right? that Iraq includes a strategic investment market that is a successful investment, right? But when you read it, there was something in here. He basically just says there's one thing missing, right? And he doesn't say specifically what it is. And I think what he's saying is if they got the laws that protect investors, if they got those in place, then it wouldn't, this sentence would be different. More than that they have the element of successful investment, they would be a successful investment. So you can read that if you want. U.S. charges Iranian oil trafficking network over sanctions evasion. So is this the one in Britain? No, this is tied to China, right? Is this the one? Let's see. So if you don't know, but I'm sure you do know, there's been lots of kablooey, right? I'm going to be very careful with my words because this goes to different platforms and some of them are okay with certain words and some of them are not. But I'm sure you can guess what kablooey is, right? Okay. And I'm trying to think of a better word for aggression. How about that? It's another word that starts with A-T-T. That is 6 letters, but I'm not going to say that word anymore either. Instead of that word, I'm going to say showing aggression. Okay? So I hope you know what I mean. So there's some militias in Iraq that are Iranian backed, which, and everyone knows, it's no secret, and everyone knows they have been showing aggression towards us at bases in Syria and Iraq. So we took aggressive maneuvers against them in Iraq, and a leader, one or two, well, specifically one, they seem to care about a lot. He is liquidated, right? That's a word they use. Liquidated. So that group now wants revenge. I want revenge. And yesterday, which was Friday, they put out a fatwa, I believe. So it's been quiet so far. But something is different about this. They showed his ID card, right? In the news. They put his ID card in the news and on TV. They very quickly did his funeral, and that was ran on the news. Well, on TV. They interrupted, when you preempt something, and it was live, and it was his. They walked through the streets holding what's the box that holds coffin, right? I don't know if he's really in there or not, but because I'm thinking if he was blown up, there's not too much left of him, right? But so maybe it's symbolic, I don't know. But anyway, so they do that. They've done that already. Yesterday was Friday, which is their holy day, and they did put out that. So I'm thinking this weekend we may see something. I don't know. But I'm hoping not. But so just this is all stuff that's in articles, but I'm not going to put those articles because it's all past, right? But so currently over Iraq and the area in Syria that we have interests, there's low flying planes. And the green zone has been closed, and there's military people. Iraq's security forces, I guess, are manning the green zone. So all of that is not good, right? That's all just some of it is for preventive, proactive actions, right? But, yeah, so that's where we are. And I just don't see them doing this RV in the midst of all of this, right? But at the same time, things are being taken, measures are being taken. They had a meeting. Let's see. Oh, wait. Okay, so let's finish this. So I said all of that because they're taking actions against Iran. Iraq is probably with us, with help from us. But anyway, so is this the one? China Oil Petroleum. Yeah, so they found a ring between China, Iran, and Turkey. And Turkey is getting money. They're laundering money, I guess, from China to Iran through Turkey, whatever. So they see right here, this IRGC is the group. So this money that somehow China's involved is going to support. This is that group in Iraq. See this? Ham. And then there's 2 letters after Ham. And then Bala. There's 3 letters in front of Bala, right? And other Iranian aligned T, that is not good. Terror, okay? And there's more to that word, groups. So, I mean, what can we do, right? All we can do is point it out and say, see, look what they're doing. They're evading the sanctions that we put on Iran. That's all we can do, right? But at least they did that. Give me a minute or 2. Sorry, a very important person just sent me a text. All right, let's see. Oh, okay. So they did that, and Iraq, I don't know if I put that in here, but more recently, we're at 18 minutes, okay. Here, the Iraqi central bank cancels the operation of the largest Iranian bank in the country, in Iraq, and it's Bank Melli Bank, or National Bank of Iran. It goes by all 3 of those names. So, this is a peaceful, aggressive action, right? We're cutting off a way for them to get money. So, but we didn't do this, right? So it's not the Treasury doing this. It's Iraq doing it. But like I said, we're probably telling them, hey, do this, right? But if you do it, if the newspapers say you did it, it'll look like you're standing up for yourself, right? Okay, but that's just what I think. So that's one measure that they took against them. And yeah, that doesn't involve any kablooies, right? Okay, so let's go back up here. Some of the conversation that people are having. Oh, wait, here. Oh, yeah, okay. And then here's another thing. Mashan Al-Jabari, he's a former member of parliament. He tweeted, listen to this. The voices of Shiite leaders, factions, and blocs close to Iran are getting louder, demanding the withdrawal of American forces from Iraq. It is no secret that the majority of Sunni Arabs and Sunni Kurds do not support this demand and agree in wanting the American forces to remain because they feel that their presence represents an element of safety for them in light of blah, 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 blah. So here's one voice speaking very loudly. No, we don't want the American forces to leave. We want them to stay. Now, that's good, except, he's former. He's not in government now, but coming out like that shows the Iranian-backed people he's not afraid of them, right? And there's other voices also echoing his sentiments. So that's going on, which is good. Okay, but despite all of that, Sudani announces the launch of an investment opportunity for the Baghdad Metro project and the Karbala-Najaf train. So 2 transportation investments. So I think this is a computer image, obviously, right? Obviously, because they're just starting to work on it. But look at these tracks. They're not like regular train tracks. They're, I don't know, but it looks pretty fancy, right? So they're still moving on, despite all the, this word right here, all the kablooey going on around them. They're still moving on with business projects, traffic projects. State heads are still coming to visit. Italy was there. So, clearly those people feel safe enough to travel there, right? And I don't know. It says who they are in the articles. Like in 2 days, there was 4 state heads from other places. Now, the articles say they're visiting to talk about Pizza Land and Ice Cream Land, right? That situation going on over there. But who else? What else did they talk about? So, all right. Now, this is conversation that they've had for about a week and a half. Which is more dangerous for Iraq? The kablooey of American bases or selling oil for anything other than the dollar? And in this conversation, they're like, remember Gaddafi? Remember what happened to him? Yeah. And then there was another, oh, Saddam Hussein. What happened to him when he tried selling oil in something other than the dollar, right? So they're going back and forth in the articles, right? There's some people who are saying, enough, we need to break away from the dollar and sell oil and then there's other people saying, let's review history. So this one article is a good little summary of that. So if you want to read that, it's there for you on the blog. Okay, here's another picture. I just of the when they have this on the CBI. That's the 10K note, which they do currently use, and you can clearly see that. So I'm still bewildered to why they do that, but it's Iraq. And now the Kuwaiti dinar is in the lead. Learn about the 10 strongest currencies in the world during 2024. They have a lot of these articles come out from more than just Iraq, right? But this one has a little bit of some education here. The dinar of the Gulf state, so this is Kuwait, is divided into 1,000 smaller units known as fils. So, and then there's some other stuff here you could read. It's not a very long article, but I just thought it was interesting, and I believe they use articles about other countries' currencies to educate their people because they know we're watching. And they have to be very careful about what they put in the news. Okay, so here's another article. Association of Banks. Electronic payment in Iraq is witnessing a major transformation. and this was Friday. So they had another meeting. They're witnessing a major transformation. They're doing well. They're increasing in how many systems. See, in just half a year, the number of companies using the point of sale, actually having the machine was 7,000. Now it's 24,000. But it's still, I think they need like 65,000. So they're so that's about 1/3 of where they need to be. I'm not saying they need to be there to have the RV. I'm saying if they want people to only use the electronic payment, then they have to have those systems available everywhere, right? And they don't. So they can't tell the people you can't use cash if they don't have the systems available everywhere. They can say don't use dollars, right? But what time is it? Okay. All right. Now this is another little bright spot. First internet exchange in Iraq. Iraq IXP, powered by DECIX, is now live. Woohoo! What does that mean? I don't know. You can read all of this if you want. One thing I do know is this allows customers. Oh, wait. Okay, so this whatever will in future also be directly connected to the world's largest interconnection ecosystem through this D6, Istanbul, Frankfurt, and Europe, right? So that's the next level. But for now, this company is an award-winning interconnection infrastructure offering peering, cloud connectivity, and enterprise-grade interconnection services. Yeah, I know that's a lot of words. The interconnection platform is set to serve as a hub for regional connectivity. So, Iraq is being used as a hub for the region, right? The Middle Eastern region. And it's in here somewhere. But this just gives them, so I did ask someone, lower latency it just has a better connection, so you experience less buffering. When the little thing spins on your screen and then whatever you're doing goes through. So it's faster connections, which they need, right? For if you're going to be doing electronic banking, that's 24/7. You need the best connections, the best services. So you need cloud-based service, right? All of that. So they have it now. And D6, home to the largest neutral interconnection ecosystem in the world, has been active in the Middle East for more than a decade, now operates this IXS in several countries in the region, the UAE, Jordan, and Iraq, as well as Turkey. But somewhere in here it says they're connected globally. Well, no, I'm not going to do that. So here's another bright spot, right? In the midst of all that's going on, they're still working on infrastructure, getting the systems that they need to move into this mostly electronic everything, right? They want to be totally electronic. All the ministries, government, websites, even today, they're proudly announcing that the customers can pay their electric bills electronically, right? So everything they want to move from paper, cash to electronic. So they need to have like bazilligites, I I don't know, gigabytes, whatever the highest, largest byte is now, right? They need all of that to function in the manner that they desire to, right? So, okay, we're hitting 30 minutes. I already talked about that. Um, yeah, so we can wrap it up there. So we'll see what the weekend brings. I've been telling those who listen, um, China is on vacay. Yes, the whole country is on vacation, but not really. But they shut down for it's either Spring Festival, Lunar New Year, something. I don't know. I'm not Chinese. I don't know. But I do know it affects the markets. Their markets are closed from the 9th and they open again on the 19th. So there's no way they're going to process this RV while half the world is shut down. Because it's not just China that celebrates this. It's other countries also. But so you know me, I'm still in April, but there's always a chance that they could prove me wrong. But I don't think it'll happen until after the 19th because of what I just said. So hang in there, accumulate while we wait for the rate to appreciate. Don't miss any meals and pay all your bills. And um, if nothing really spectacular happens, I'll post again on Monday. That'll be my goal, my intention, all those positive things you're supposed to say will be to post again on Monday just so we can see what happens over the weekend. And it's well, yeah, there's time for something to happen today. All right. Thank you for listening. Um yeah. So enjoy the rest. Oh, it's Super Bowl Sunday. Who you going for? Who you going for? Kansas? Hmm. Anyway, so yeah, I probably will not. Definitely. That's why I was saying Monday. I just, I don't think there'll be anything worth uh, posting this weekend. So yeah, so until next time.